Hi, I'm Dominic from MyRentCourt.com, and today I have Detective Williams with me. Hey Tony, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Today we're going to be discussing the dangers regarding the eviction notification and the actual eviction process.
It has been a bloody holiday weekend, a surge of shootings and murders across the city.
That he came outside, and to his surprise, his meter was stolen.
They beat him to death with a crowbar. That's crazy, man.
MyRentCourt.com offers additional landlord services such as the eviction notification, which is required in multiple jurisdictions, and also the actual landlord stand-in, where we will appear on your behalf on the date of eviction. Say, Tony, why don't you tell us more about the eviction process?
Well, as you well know, once you file the warrant of restitution, you have to do what's called an eviction notification. This notification is required in multiple counties within the state of Maryland.
And it has to be done in a very specific way, doesn't it?
It does. If it is not done 100% correct, then the eviction will be canceled. So once the property has been posted, then what happens is you actually have to come back and perform the actual eviction. This is where the danger factor really comes in.
There's so many things that can go wrong. The tenant could claim that they've already paid you. The tenant could be dangerous. They could be angry. Obviously, emotions are running high. I'm sure you've had plenty of experiences where that is the case.
Absolutely. Well, landlords do not realize the danger that they face when they choose to perform this task and these portions of the eviction on their own. Just as recently as April of 2017, Logan County deputy was shot and killed while doing an eviction.
That's very unfortunate.
It is. It is.
And that's someone who's trained to actually serve these every day, and that shows and just highlights the dangers that they experience, doesn't it?
Yes, it is. The deputies receive vast amounts of training, both on the state and federal level, on how to enforce federal, local laws and ordinances. MyRentCourt.com has a leg up on this thing. We have specially trained agents who have received countless hours, years of training, which will then allow them to better interact, essentially be the negotiator.
Be a nice middleman. You de-escalate the situation. Emotions aren't running as high for you because you're not personally involved.
Exactly. I have found through my training knowledge and experience that over the years, with the landlord being removed, the tempers aren't as bad. They're not as high. They're not running as hot.
Oh, absolutely. Being in rent court, it's pretty similar. You know, we're sitting there in the hallways with the tenant. Being a good middleman doesn't hurt.
No, not at all. Not at all. We have agents that had been trained to do this task. This does, a handful of things. One, it takes the landlord out of the scenario. Mm-hmm. And two, it takes the fear factor on the tenant's behalf out of the scenario. Because Absolutely. What it allows the tenant to, again, same as rent court, talk with a neutral party. Now, one thing that you have to remember, that we have to remember, is that we're there to do a job.
Of course.
We are no different than the sheriff's office. We're no different than the constable's office. We are going to follow the letter of the law. And a good thing about this is that we follow the law to the T. Mm-hmm. If the tenant is required to pay $100 to pay and stay, and the tenant does not pay that money, the tenant is evicted. If the tenant pays, it again adds an extra safety level there, a security net. Because at that point in time, then you have not only the tenant and their word, but you have an agent who's going to collect the money on your behalf and provide the tenant with a copy of a receipt, and also retrieve the appropriate paperwork from the sheriff's department showing either the eviction went through, it was paid and stayed, it was canceled, or they were ultimately
That's the good thing. We understand the process from start to finish. We've been with that case. We know what amounts are due and owing. We know what to do in case things go awry. And we also know how to secure the property if the eviction actually does go through.
Correct.
MyRentCourt.com saw the need to bridge the gap and offer these services not only to keep you safe, but to be a one-stop shop for all our landlords' needs. You can order these additional services on the Order Warrant tab, or if you've already ordered your warrant, you may choose the Order Eviction Notification / Landlord Stand-In tab and then order those services there. I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this today. Once again, I'm Dominic from MyRentCourt.com. Have a good day.